Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to do another demo. This is some artwork from Jordy at Animagic. It's a really nice sequence. I'll link to it in the video. So I'm just bringing in a portion of this sequence where the character turns their head, looks at their watch, and runs away. We have some reference frames that we're going to bring in here. So we've got the first image, I believe. If it's not frame specific, if it's just like a character design for general colors, there is a little button up here, and you can also bring artwork in this way. This will live independently of the timeline. So here I could bring in, say, this one, and now I've got this as its own little window if I want to reference that as well. You can zoom, works the same way. Alright. Anyways, I've got this here. So when you bring in the frame, Cadmium's also going to make sure that all these colors are anti-aliased and that everything under your line is being filled. And even if the artwork has lines, Cadmium's gonna know where those lines are, and it's gonna sort of evaporate the line, so you just get a clean color pass under there. All right, great. One thing to note though is that these have shadow lines, which are shown in blue. And one thing we can do, you could just manually go to the outlines layer. You could pick your colors for, wherever the line is blue, say, you could find another color that you want instead. And make sure you're set to within. Say I wanted this in pink. Make the brush bigger. This will change. You just have to be careful not to hit the black, of course. So another way we came up with to handle this is this little worm-like centipede-looking thing. This is the new line enhanced layer. So if I turn this on, it's going to give me a scary warning. It's experimental. There's still bugs. We're working it out, but okay. All right, so now it's enabled. And once I do that, you can also hit this button here. It's the same thing. You'll see this sort of other shadowy layer goes above it, and that's your EL layer. And so you can only draw on top of what's on your lines already. And you also just have to make sure that in here you have the colors, or close to the colors with some tolerance, selected. In this case, yeah, I've got blue as a default. I don't need green and red. I could turn them off temporarily, or I could hit minus to get rid of them completely. But it doesn't matter because that isn't there. And so when I do this, now it's going to let me color what's inside the blue there. And it's not going to hit the black at all. It's also not going to hit, because this is aliased artwork, it's not going to be perfect. Or sorry, anti-aliased artwork. This works a lot better if it's aliased, meaning that there's no like semi-transparent pixels. But it's going to do its best. Oops. Sometimes there's a weird bug. Just press undo. Okay. So another way to do this is I've started filling it all, but another way is if you use the fill tool while this layer is on. Let's say I want to fill his hair. Well, that's the color. Okay, so if I do that, not only is the fill area going to fill, but it will add also that color to the line layer. If you just want to edit the color layer, you simply turn this off, and you won't edit the EL layer. So that's just like a little bit of manual stuff of how it works. But what you could have, they're all blue lines. But say that you wanted where the blue lines are touching the shadows to be this color. You could fill them, or you could paint over them manually. Either way, do this. Oops, not too much. Here's the magic part. Some of these other lines I want a different color, so I'm going to do that. And they don't have to be the same either. It could be like maybe the hair you want them white for whatever reason. I don't know. This is your thing. I'm gonna, okay, these will make, maybe these are white also, like the top part. And this, let's give it this color. Good. Alright, so this is how I want the line work, right? Yes, got it. This is going to take a really long time, just a heads up, and we aren't giving any sort of text or status bar to let you know that it's not frozen, but hang in there, have faith. It's not frozen. Unless it is frozen, I'm sorry, but hopefully it's not frozen. It's going through, and not only is it matching each color segment, but then it's looking around that coloring segment and saying, okay, for the blue lines, for the line that I have active here, what color do I want that to be? And that's not global, that's per segment it's looking at that. So hopefully it's going to guess first the color right, and if it gets the color, the base color right, then hopefully we'll get the line right. We'll see. Huh. That's interesting. I've never seen that happen before. Wow. Looks like our color palette has shit the bed, but the art mostly came out good. Oh, looks like I forgot a few lines up there, but it figured it out. Wow. Pretty impressed. Well, seeing as something weird happened here, I'm going to save this and quit, and hopefully it's back to normal. Let's try that again. I'm going to open that file. Alright, whew, there we go. Wow. That's really funny that it flipped out. So, as you can see, still beta, but we're hoping this will be a useful feature as we continue along.